Obviously, the end of last season was one of the biggest moments ever.
Oh, boy.
Guys, I think we broke time.
The Legends broke time, which initially when you talk about time travel, that's one of the biggest things everyone thinks about. So how did that episode come about?
I think we knew pretty early on. I think we knew that we were gonna screw things up, and we were gonna, as we always say,
In a good way.
Well,
Yeah,
in a good way.
it's like crossing streams. Like if you say in the first episode, this is something you must never do. Like for the Legends, that's just like, okay, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Because like, let's see what happens.
What took us a little more time was figuring out what the consequences of break. Okay, you broke time. What does that mean?
Yeah.
We had like at one point, I think Nazis on dinosaurs.
Vikings.
We had Vikings. We had it was craziness. You know.
Where does that come? Where does that inspiration come from, though? You guys are just like,
deprivation and
Yes.
stress.
With some alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you guys have a specific favorite episode from last season or a moment?
I mean, it seems like we keep coming back to the George Lucas one because, like, for us, that was sort of, we were questioning, like, is this too silly? Is this too goofy? Is it too self-referential? Is this just us doing an episode for ourselves? And all those things were entirely possible.
For yourselves, but also for every other fan, because I
Yes.
feel like there's so much crossover, myself included, that I was like,
Yeah.
you guys are doing a George Lucas episode. Yes!
Yeah. I mean, we had, season 1 was all about saving the world, an immortal bad guy. And so we obviously knew that we could do these like massive stakes, massive scale. And then I guess we were trying to figure out what's the silliest and slightest we can make the show and have it still make sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, the truth is with our characters, that you can have an episode about anything. And
Yeah.
it kind of works because you could, you just need an emotional touch point for it. And like, thankfully there's enough people out there who that feels like life or death stakes. The fact that there wouldn't be an Indiana Jones feels
Yeah.
like the end of the world.
Permission to depart, Captain Lance.
Permission granted.
Obviously at Comic-Con, the big announcement that we are getting Rip Hunter
Yes.
back, but where was he from the end of last season to now?
I think our Legends work best when they're the underdogs, the bad news bears. And the problem is the end of every season, if the world doesn't end, it means they succeeded in one sense. So our challenge is like, how do you take their success and turn it into a humiliation?
Yeah.
Obviously, our Legends are total screw-ups, but it really helps to have competent people around to just provide that sort of, that comic foil for our guys. And, that gave us the idea for, what if Rip went back in time, started like basically the new Time Bureau. Like, we're like, let's have Rip come back as, basically the new boss, the new police chief, is saying like, what are you guys doing?
Can you tease us a little bit on what new Legends we may see, what new characters
sure.
may be coming in?
Well, we have a new female Muslim superhero coming to join our team. Her name is Zari. It got a little dude heavy on the ship last year.
And Zari's great. Zari's a really fun character. One of the things we're doing with her that we've never done before is she's from the future.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
she's from the future.
Yeah. So she's from 2042. So she's got an interesting perspective. Like, the Legends are saying like, well, we've saved the world twice. And she's like, well, if you saved the world, why is it still so screwed up? So she's got, a little bit of her own perspective. Again, like Phil was saying, it's always helpful when there are people who can come and take the piss out of our characters. And not to say that Zari doesn't have her own moments of being a legend, of being a screw-up, but she certainly comes with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder.
Right.
Is there any chance that we're going to maybe see some more crossover between Vixen and Legends?
One of the villains of season 3 is going to be someone from the Vixen series. And I think somewhat of a first, we're bringing an animated villain into the live action shows.
And Mark had a pitch that she would appear as a cartoon in our world, but we decided that was a little too weird.
Yeah, it was too expensive and weird. You'll also get a glimpse of the Mari McCabe Vixen. Right now it's just a little glimpse. We're hoping for a more protracted meeting of the Vixens later in the season.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Billy Zane is going to be joining our cast.
No way!
Welcome to the greatest show on the planet!
We're going to have a Titanic reunion. He will be playing P.T. Barnum in a sort of a circus episode, a 19th century circus.
And I would watch that episode really carefully if you're a DC fan, because when you go to the circus, there's a lot of opportunities for DC Easter eggs.
Is there any trapeze artists that are going to be involved?
Wow, you're good.
or-
Wow,
You're pretty good.
You're very good. You're very good.
To talk to our legal counsel.
Maybe. You know, a certain strongman. And it's just a lot of fun.
Thank you guys so much.
Don't miss the return of DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Tuesday, October 10th.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel to see more from DC's Legends of Tomorrow.